Hey guys, roboshyguy here. I get it. You guys loved the first teacher tournament, so I'm here bringing you a new one. Let's get into it. In this teacher tournament, we do have 4 new teachers up to bat, ready to try and get the dub. Let's see who they are. The first round, we have Miss Carcamo, the PE teacher, versus Mr. Pradilla. Looks like we are on Dracula's whatever house. Kind of fitting for Miss Carcamo since this is also her house. Fitting for Alucard to also be here. It looks like Mr. Pradilla has brought Arcade Bunny out of the assist trophy because Arcade Bunny was in fact his former enemy. But we will be seeing another Pradilla out on the field. And Ditto Pradilla gets another stock for him. Amazing item awareness on Pradilla's side. Isaac not really being able to do much to Mr. Pradilla. Oh, and it looks like that's another final smash from Miss Carcamo. It's a good thing Mr. Pradilla had an extra stock. Rathalos is out on the field versus Dr. Wright, who made an enormous building. I've never seen him make one that big. While the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is out on the field, he gets Carcamo the final smash, but ooh, Scissor is out on the field. He destroys Carcamo. And with some perseverance, Mr. Pradilla takes the dub, although he is unfazed as always. This is quite the unusual match. It seems that Hollyfield's 2 #1 enemies are going up against each other after the countless hours they've spoken about trying to defeat him. Mr. Gibson versus Miss Nagel. Mr. Gibson has actually been taking up samurai training after his defeat, thinking that his armor was maybe just a little bit too heavy. Palkia is out on the field, being an active hitbox as always, and Miss Nagel somehow pulled out a KO. Man, Mr. Gibson is not being let to have a chance. He used his final smash well, but will he be able to recover the 2 stocks that... Oh my god! Miss Nagel parried both Mr. Gibson and whoever that is. I'm unsure, but she does have a final smash. Mr. Gibson takes it to the blast zone and ends it. Alolan Executor is out on the field, which kind of disables half of the arena. And he's pushing it closer to the blast zone. Jesus! She just walked up and did it! She just walked up to him and charged her neutral beam. Miss Nagel, oh my god. She's very angry she was in a dry place. Where's the water? It looks like Mr. Gibson's samurai training didn't really come to much of a use. Next up, we have Mr. Hollyfield versus Mr. Bedoya, who I never actually had as a teacher, but he was requested by many people to be in the next one, so I don't want to disappoint. Let's see how this game rolls out. Knowing Mr. Hollyfield, Mr. Bedoya is gonna be on his toes in this round, knowing that even if Mr. Hollyfield is down 2 stocks, he's probably going to win. Playing it very dangerous over by the blast zone, it seems Mr. Bedoya is confident to take this dub, even though Tiki is out on the field and it's Mr. Oh! What happened? What? Mr. Bedoya has ran out of Final Smash juice. With Suicune on the field, What is happening? No one used their final smash, except there's a ball out on the field. Jesus. Although he has his final smash now, and he's gonna use it, of course, carries Mr. Hollyfield off of the stage. We are at an equal game yet again. These two, they seem to be rivals of some sort because they're both algebra teachers. Mr. Bedoya just isn't letting Hollyfield have a chance. He knows of his past. Although Hollyfield has his final smash. Will he use it though? He does! Oh, that's the end. Oh my god. And he was starting to lose too. His genes kicked in. And he knew he had to make the comeback. Next up, we do have our retiree up to bat, Mr. Rodriguez. He's gotten a new moveset. He's hoping to take some dubs, even though his first opponent is actually the principal, Miss Alvarenga. We don't really know why she's here, but she's hoping to dock some pays. Let's just see how this rolls out. Now, Mr. Rodriguez, feeling kind of confident. He just had his Diet Dr. Pepper. He's feeling like he can do anything he wants. He can take on 9th graders. He can do anything. Although, Miss Alvarenga is going to judge whether he can. Mr. Rodriguez is not able to really do anything about Miss Alvarenga getting her final smash, and she pulls it out. This looks like the end of Erod's first stock. Kind of looking like his first game last tournament, too. What is he doing? Of course, it was only a bait to get Miss Alvarenga to fall for his weakened state. Now, he's going to get the assist trophies and the Master Ball. Rodriguez could pull this out with a final smash, but will he be able to? Oh, he will! Will it kill, though? Oh, it will! No, it won't! What? That was some good oh my god! The disrespect! Miss Alvarenga pulls it out! Poor Mr. Rodriguez, he thought he had it, and then Miss Alvarenga kicked him in the face. He really thought he could win. Everyone feels super bad for him. Next up, we do have Mr. Pradilla versus Miss Nagel. Nobody really knows how this is going to turn out. Bringing it to Dreamland. It looks like Mr. Pradilla is open for a fair fight. And it looks like Mr. Pradilla's students are also out on the field. Jeez. Oh my lord. And he gets a second stock. Mr. Pradilla is really starting out strong. And to think, the only reason why he didn't show this is because he went up against the champion last time. He was waiting for this tournament. Except Miss Nagel does not want him to win. There's a top platform, and she will use it. The palm trees do not faze her. Mr. Pradilla pulls out the final smash, gets rid of Miss Nagel's second stock. He's really hoping for a redemption arc. Mr. Pradilla gets his final smash yet again. Will this finish the round? And he ends it with a footstool. The disrespect is mad high. Vibing for Mr. Pradilla. Unfazed as always, though. He's mad with excitement. He's finally to finals, where he believes he should be. Now we have Miss Alvarenga versus Mr. Hollyfield. Taking it to King of Fighters? I don't remember having this stage legalized, but okay, I guess we're having an interesting round. With the power of Knuckles' force, Mr. Hollyfield actually gets a with the witch time, and through the wall, Mr. Hollyfield gets the KO. and Miss Alvarenga uses hers in a trade. Of course, the top blast zone doesn't have a wall. Normally what would kill doesn't in this stage, so the rules are kind of flipped. He has to go for real KOs, like the one he just pulled, if he wants to win this round. Keldeo is out on the field. Hollyfield has his final smash. Will he use it correctly, though? He has the chance of taking the game right here, right now. Will he take the chance? It was a smart move to use it and outlast Keldeo's last couple hits. He's bringing it close. That will do it! Mr. Hollyfield has taken the advantage. He's moving on to finals just like we knew he would. Although maybe not a comeback, he sure did deserve that win. Next, I wouldn't have expected these two fighters to make it all this way. Mr. Pradilla with his redemption arc, and Mr. Hollyfield, hoping to take back what he deserved and what Mr. Crouch robbed of him. Let's see how this plays out. Taking it to Mario Kart, we will see our last battle of the day, folks. These two fighters are not underestimating each other. They want the win, they know each other does. Will Mr. Cardilla's fierce intensity bring the dub, or will Mr. Hollyfield take advantage and make a comeback? Mr. Pradilla uses his final smash, but the question is, will Mr. Hollyfield jump into it? No, he missed. Mr. Hollyfield has his final smash, and if he wanted, he could have ended Mr. Pradilla right there. He said no, though. Mr. Pradilla bringing it close. Unfortunately, Lunala is out on the field. Oh, he survived. Never mind. What is happening? What is this chaos? What just... Mr. Hollyfield had to get out of there. This is such a close... Mr. Hollyfield uses his final smash. Unfortunately, to his dismay, Mr. Pradilla was able to escape it. There's... Mr. Pradilla takes it! Midna throws Mr. Hollyfield into the blast zone, and Mr. Pradilla, he wins! He's the champion! If anyone deserved this win as much as Crouch did, Mr. Pradilla is the runner-up. His career was ended the first round, and so much potential sparks from him. Wait, but who's this? A new challenger has approached. Is that who I think? It's Mr. Mitchell! Mr. Mitchell of Dodson Campus, the music teacher, is here to try and snag Mr. Padilla's throne away from him, and it looks like he has power-ups. His sheer power cannot be contained. It's clear, after Mr. Mitchell retired, he's hoping to take our hopes away. He was such a good teacher, but now he's been engulfed by darkness. The question is, why would Mr. Mitchell do this? He's just a normal teacher. And he's harming our new champion. There must be something wrong with Mr. Mitchell. Mr. Pradilla just isn't able to keep up with his rhythmic tones. After all, he's just but an English teacher. Wait, but who's this? It seems another fighter has stepped into the arena to try and assist Mr. Pradilla. And it's our former champion! Mr. Crouch is here! Will the duo be able to take back our music teacher? But they have the advantage. They have teamwork on their side. With their combined efforts, it's looking like their strength is matching Mr. Mitchell's powers. This is the iconic duo we've always hoped for. They're just destroying him. Mr. Mitchell has not even been able to take a single stock from either of them. With their combined combos, Mr. Mitchell is down 2 stocks, and they're both at 250. They survive together. Mr. Mitchell is at his weakest form right now. The darkness is fading. It's time to free Mr. Mitchell. Once and for all. That will do it! Mr. Mitchell has been freed by the 2 teacher champions! Mr. Crouch and Mr. Pradilla. They're both as strong as each other. Who would have known such a partnership would be formed this day? It's amazing what dire situations can pull out. Mr. Mitchell is free, and we'll be seeing him in the next teacher tournament.